And hello, visuals. Welcome back to the Visual Guys Entertainment News Podcast, where Chris has just got us a nice depressing vibe. I'm ready to go upstairs and blow my brains out. Chris is telling me what it's like to be mine. No, it is. It's the Entertainment News. Sorry, I just fucking said that. And we have just literally got back from our viewing of a Godzilla Minus One. It was absolutely fucking fantastic.
It was brilliant.
I don't know if you want to talk 2 minutes about that, then jump into the news and whatnot. I'll let you go. We'll say spoiler heavy visuals, even though it's been out in Japan.
Storyline was fucking brilliant. Really enjoyed the film. I've only got one gripe.
Yes.
Regenerating
Godzilla?
Yeah.
I was about to say that, well, it depends. Carry on, I'll explain why
just the way he re-healed himself all of a sudden like that. It was like, a bit too cheesy there.
Yeah, not a big component of that.
No. But apart from that, the storyline between fucking, I'm gonna ruin the name.
Shimichu, Shimichu. The kid was a Coco.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name now.
Kimiyu?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I can't remember.
But the storyline between them three was fucking phenomenal. It was brilliant.
Especially how they found each other as well, just randomly. Here, hold my baby a sec. Then she hides for a bit when he's hidden in the destroyed rubble of Tokyo, just to be like, oh, you've been here the whole time? Well, yeah.
Just really enjoyed it. I'm so glad we managed to get it over here.
Yeah, well, I was scared for a while. When I looked at the start of the week, there was no screenings. And then when I just double checked after I got our tickets, and a couple of early ones got added. That was the latest one. I couldn't see any for tomorrow. There was none for yesterday. It was only today I've seen so far. But it's done so well across the world.
Oh, yes.
So I'd imagine they're going to put it on in more places and more carry on and whatnot. Okay. But carry on with your thoughts, Christopher.
You could tell it was going back to the old traditional
OG Godzilla, even with the music.
As I'm about to say, even the music.
Even with the music.
It's just brilliant.
It's Godzilla is this big. You know, at the minute we've got him. He's not quite unquote a good guy, but he's not really there to do harm to humans. He will fuck up humans, especially if you watch Monarch. You'll see the destruction. But it's more a case of if you're in the way, you're in the way. But I'm not here to fuck you up. Whereas this Godzilla is like an OG one where it's like, fuck you, I'm going to fuck you all up because I'm Godzilla and I can.
Yes.
He's a bad boy in this one. We've got him coming out soon where he's fighting with the big monkey, running along side by side with his pink mohawk, and in this one we've got, I'm just evil as shit.
Yes.
But I love any, I think I'd like him more on the good side. Like, I'm glad that we could live in a world where we've got the Godzilla from the Western films, and then the ones over the East, they can have that one where he's a bit more menacing and scary. Like, if one's real, I'd rather it be the...
Yeah, we will have the friendly one.
Yeah. Even though he'll still fuck shit up, at least he's not going to look at us. Because we literally watched him when he was a smaller Godzilla at the start of the film, you know, literally biting people and picking them up. Whereas traditionally we'd see Godzilla in like the Western films where he might kill someone by stepping on them because they're so small and in the way.
Yes. What a film.
Yeah, it was absolutely fucking outstanding. The biggest thing I adored for it was how they made him look. They made him look so utterly ugly and disgusting. In terror, especially at the end when they tried to get him crushed under the weight and then bring him back up and whatnot. And he's like a bit like ice story sort of thing. And he stood there in his position to do. They didn't call it atomic breath in that. They called it his ray beam, his charge beam. I know what's going to happen, mate. I'm going to let you out and you're going to go for the drain covers so you can fuck off. I'll get you a treat. And as well, see, you probably can't see it because I quite often call him like a little monster or whatever. See when it was just his head bobbing out the water and that? All I saw was the dome of his head. And because he had like a short, fat little stout. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, it's fucking Optimus. But the way I'm going to call it atomic breath. The way he charged it up in this was fucking phenomenal. The way his dorsal fins would come out and it just, and then like when we saw that first explosion when he hit the tanks in Tokyo, it looked phenomenal.
It did look amazing.
I'll just quickly say then with your one thingy, regeneration's nothing new with Godzilla. It's happened millions and millions and millions. He's always had that ability. They just haven't shown it in the newer ones. So it's not like they just let's give it. There was a storyline you might like, actually. In the comics years ago, I'll say this quickly because we're about the film. A few years ago, he actually went to hell. He fell down to hell and he took all the shit out in hell and all this kind of stuff. And as he's trampling his way through hell, loads of bats come out of nowhere and they eat him like alive and they strip him down to a skeleton. But then they start regurgitating and he just regenerates from them. And he sees Satan sitting on his throne and Satan's like, oh fuck, and he just blasts his face off, destroys the mountain and just comes back to cause more havoc on Earth. Nice. Regeneration's been a thing in Godzilla for fucking years upon years upon years. So I understand why if you think it looks a bit corny or whatnot.
It did look a bit corny in that film. Yes.
So it's not so much that he can regenerate, just the way they did it.
Yeah.
That you think it's a bit corny.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, sorry, I'm with you. But yeah, it was an extremely emotional film. Quite a lot. Right, this is a weird one. Godzilla films, even King Kong films, a lot of them do have a huge human element. The humans are, in the older ones as well, key components to the films and stuff. And then sometimes you go, okay, sometimes I want less human. Like, I think the human ones in the films, like the Monsterverse we've got at the minute, I'm a bit more... Give us Monarch with the human shit, but when it gets to the films, I want the monsters. But in this, the human side of it was a huge component. It was a mini rivalry between our lead character and Godzilla because of, obviously, you see him with the eye. Because it doesn't take long for you to get to see Godzilla. He comes straight up on an island, ripping people's heads off. You're like, okay, we're here now. And this little mini rivalry ensues. Which is fucking, it was awesome to get straight to it. And yeah, like to see the human side of it, with that weird ass plane at the end, which looked like it was the wrong way around.
It was reversed.
But whatever. And he's got this whole, because he had a massive redemption arc, our lead character. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it because I'll just say it wrong. Where he was meant to be a kamikaze pilot, and he pretended his plane was fucked, and then he also bottled. But to be fair, I understand why he trembled shooting Godzilla on the island at the start, because he's literally face to face with it. And I think most people would take a sec to be like, oh fuck off. So I kind of get it, but then he comes back and obviously they used to do it years and years. Obviously, you see it in Logan as well, where they stab themselves, and it was always if you go out dying and all that kind of stuff. So it was dishonor and stuff, and everyone thought disrespect all that shit. And we get to crumble down Tokyo, and we see the mess, and he gets blamed by his neighbours and stuff, who then come to forgive him and whatnot. And it was nice to see him right at the end. And of course, spoiler for your visuals, when we think his missus, well, it's not the time his missus. Now I'm assuming they will be together.
Yeah, there must be now.
We all think she's dead. And for a split sec as well, until we see the mechanic,
you think fucking blown away.
She got proper blasted away, but she's alive. And when he's getting ready, and you think, oh, redemption, he's going to kill himself, and then we see the mechanic tinkering, you go straight away. I even heard you say, he's like, yeah, we're going to have an ejector seat. So you're like, okay, so it's all good. Everyone's happy families. The young little girl, the actress, the kid. Bloody hell, she must be a brilliant actress because she seems to be able to cry on command. She'll be fine. And then, I don't know if they were telling her to cry or what, but she'll just start, unless she was crying because she didn't want to be there, she'll just boom. I was like, oh my God, she's about 3 or some shit. She's a great little actress. I love his little team, the boat with the doctor and the one they nicknamed Kid and the captain. That was a fantastic team. But yeah, the way Godzilla's, and just because you said it before, how it went back to the past, I don't know if they did. But obviously, old films, the Godzilla films, it was always a guy in a costume and a toy set and whatnot, wasn't it? And they made it look like he was destroying shit with a toy. And it felt like it had elements to that. And it looked like, you said it was honouring the past, and it just looked amazing. Like the bit in Tokyo where the black cloud comes over and you see Godzilla's head come out and he roars at the sky. It gives me vibes of the live-action Attack on Titan films. And it's just beautiful Japanese cinematography, the way they film stuff and the way they film their monster movies and shit. It just looks phenomenal. My favourite bit, literally, was when he's just seen her die. Usually she's not died, and he starts probably screaming and crying, and then like the black rain starts coming down. I thought that just looks fantastic. I thought it was all around the board. It was beautiful and visually outstanding. Godzilla was amazing, scary and demonic and possessive and just horrible. And like, I'll get the fuck away the way he's coming out of the water and shit. You thought, oh, you guys are fucked here. I thought everything around this, and even had its like funny little moments. I was a little bit worried. I was like, I wonder if Chris is gonna actually read the dialogue that comes up, just because. Obviously, you'd finished working and I thought, what if he can be asked to read? But I
was reading it. Sometimes it was a bit quick for me, so I had to fill in the gaps. Yeah. But I I was reading it.
It was. It's not really a hard story to follow, really, anyway, is it? No. And I like the fact that they come up with this proper plan of how, right, okay, we'll sink Godzilla, pressurizing that we have this little team meeting and whatnot. It was awesome. It was emotional. It was fascinating. It was edgy seat stuff when Godzilla's trampling into it. Because, like I said, it's not just a case of our big monster. You felt every destruction of every building. You felt every footstep. It was fucking awesome.
It was awesome.
So Godzilla Minus One gets a massive 10 out of 10 for me. And as well, there'll be, sorry before Chris gives us thinking, by the looks of it, I'm assuming there'll be a second one. We saw his heart, I think it was his heart, sort of coming back at the end in the sea. And so I'm assuming they're going to do some more, unless they're rebooting the whole Godzilla shit over in Japan and going again. I don't know. Chris will probably let us know.
Why is it called Minus One on this one?
I actually, top of my head, mate, I don't know. I don't know why it's called Minus One. We'll have to have a Google of it, of what it actually means. Minus one, could it mean minus out from something?
That's what Google says.
Yeah, the top of my head, I couldn't tell you, mate. Now, whilst Chris quickly Googles, and it's been a good day for Godzilla because we had some Monarch, and without spoiling it for Chris, we do get some great Godzilla visuals in this new episode, but it's continued to be fantastic. And I'll beat Chris to his own news. There's allegedly 10 episodes for Monarch, so you've got 4 more to come after you've watched episode 6, today's episode and whatnot. Have you found the answer, sir?
Well,
I'm assuming that's a no.
Think of Godzilla as a singular thing.
Yep.
That's followed in this equation.
Right.
Okay.
So just
take that singular horror thing and think of the one that's subtracted as he attacks. Godzilla Minus One is meant to represent the effects of his attacks on Japan.
Is it trying to say that could be chatting shit? Is it trying to say it's Godzilla? The one being the minus is as Shirakami. Is he the minus one because he's the one that eventually stands up to it? Is that what it's trying to say?
Don't know.
That was a weird way of describing whatever the fuck you've just read. That I have no idea what any of that means, mate.
Godzilla Minus One reverts back to the original concept of the Godzilla as a destructive force of nature, reflecting the horror of warfare. In contrast to the Minus One symbolize. There we go. The title Minus One symbolizes Japanese's lowest point after World War II.
Ah, right, okay.
And the emergence of Godzilla's worsenings, the country already dire straits takes it below zero. Right,
so they're already at rock bottom because of what's happened during the war.
Yeah.
And then now Godzilla, so now they're worse than worse.
Yes.
Right. Oh, that makes perfect fucking sense. Oh, that's a fucking beautiful. Whatever you described in the first description,
I have no idea.
I was trying to pick that up. Okay, does that mean him? What the fuck's going on there? But no, it gets a massive 10 out of 10 for me, Chris.
It's a massive 10 out of 10 from me.
It was so good.
It was fucking epic.
It's probably safe to say you already enjoyed the Japanese take shit on the stuff that we've got so far, on like the MonsterVerse stuff. Because I think you also preferred that one into the MonsterVerse stuff. Because like I said, you were hit and miss on Kong, and you weren't keen on the new trailer and stuff. So we'll have to see. Go on then, quick question, because this is actually quite hard. I think I've got an answer because we've seen more abilities so far, but which Godzilla wins? The one we've got in the MonsterVerse or this one for you?
Ooh. Probably say the one in the MonsterVerse.
That's the one I'm leading to, only because we've seen his atomic breath. Like, this atomic breath was powerful, but that one literally went through the earth and went to Hollow Earth and everything.
I want to know what his pink vibe means.
Yeah, it's it's
evolved again.
Somebody said it's Barbie and Oppenheimer put in one picture. It's cool as fuck, which it just is. Which did you see? Just a quick side tangent. Did you see Kelly Murphy and Margot Robbie doing like a face-to-face talking about each other's films and shit? It's about 45 minute long video, but it was quite cool. Just obviously that was like a big summer, not rivalry, but like they come at the same time.
Yeah.
But no, I'd agree with you, mate. Like again, if you remember, I don't know if you remember the King of Monsters, like against Hydra, when he comes and he's like, what? He's literally disintegrating and shit. I'm thinking, I think you might edge. But again, this Godzilla might get more power ups and more forms and all that carry on.
See if we can get any more of him.
Well, we've seen Godzilla. We've even seen Godzilla go up against like the Avengers and shit in comics, and they've had loads of different power ups and forms and shit. So we might see what comes through. It's the one in the Netflix one, the anime one. It's only 3 parts, but it's fantastic. The humans actually do kill Godzilla, but amongst his death, a bigger one. And every time we kill it, a bigger one comes in. Like, oh, for fuck's sake. So we'll see what goes on going forward. Anyway, that's Godzilla Minus One, 10 out of 10 to 20 out of 20. I can do maths. I spoke about Monarch. I won't go into details with it, but it continues to be mint. You get to see some great actual Godzilla scenes. That's all I'll tell you. And then we'll get on with the canoes. Oh no, should we quickly mention Captain Raymond Holt?
Can do.
And I'm assuming you don't know by saying you can do. I'm assuming you don't know that obviously he passed away through the week. Yeah, Chris. I'm assuming then because Chris would give us a. Did he? Yeah, I don't know how much you like Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I've watched the first season.
Right. Okay.
But I didn't realise it passed.
Yeah, which is it was a bit of a weird one because obviously I only know him from that.
Was it ill or something?
Again, no idea. The only thing I know about him is from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He's hilarious. Like the little corgi he had in the show as well. It died in real life, and it was like me to get it was fucking emotional and shit. But yeah, I don't know how he died. I don't even know how old he was or anything. It was a bit of a weird one because, like I said, I personally only know him from that. So when I saw it, I was like, "Oh my fucking god!" Because the last time I saw him was the season finale of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But it was a shock. It was a weird one. Obviously, Andy Samberg, Terry Crews, and that sent out tweets and shit. It was oh my god, it was heavy.
I must have missed that.
Yeah,
I have had a busy week, mind you.
Was it Wednesday? I think maybe it was Tuesday, Wednesday.
Anything else?
No, well, top of my head, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know if you saw the stuff for the Blade game that's coming out. That looks sick as fuck. It's a new.
I did actually. Yeah, I did.
It's a new take on the Blade story, and we're in Paris, which is going to be quite fun. The trailer only shows you Blade getting like a shave off somebody, and then there's shit kicking off on the outside, which is going to be nuts. I've already told Chris, and I recommend everybody to go watch.
You told me no.
Yeah, it's on the way down. I said, have you? Obviously, you haven't, but go watch Leave the World Behind. It will. It will just. There is so much symbolism in this film that's fucking. It's so just, like mind-bogglingly scary, and when, like I said, bless you, sir. Everything about this film, when you get to the end of it, you don't think, "Oh, that's not going to happen." Everything they plan out is extremely logical and understandable and plausible, and you think that works. And the biggest takeaway I can take from this film, mate, is that it was produced by Michelle and Barack Obama. Mate, when you watch it, you won't laugh.
Really?
Really. Well, you think about when this film ends and you watch it, that's a former president, and he sent out a tweet saying he produced this film so they actually said they got it right of how it would actually happen. He wanted to make sure it was shown right. So he's basically said, that's I'll produce this film, make sure you tell it right. This is how it would happen. You're like, why would you tell us that? It's the kind of shit that just makes me want to go live in a cabin and dig a hole and just kill myself. It's fucking horrible, mate. And it's a great film on its own anyway. Mahershala Ali, oh my god, I fucking love that. There's loads of there's a massive. This sounds stupid, but oh my god, I'm getting goosebumps, pal. There's a huge Friends theme throughout the whole show, and it will show you how mind-bogglingly dumb and numb the next generation is. Like, oh my god, mate, it's fucking disgusting. And the tension building it, the world building it, all the little weird nods to biblical stuff and cultism and shit. It's even to the shirts that people are wearing. You need to watch it. It's fucking horrible. Ethan Hawke. What's her name? Yeah, you'll know her name. Fuck, I've lost her fucking. She was in Friends as well, Philip, but she went out with Chandler. Oh my god, she's massively famous. Julia Roberts. Fucking idiot I am. But yeah, it's so fucking awesome. I'm edge of my seat. Like, what the fuck's going on? So good. But I think that's all I've got to give you, sir. Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty had a.
I've not done any of season
I'm
7.
not going to spoil it for you, but in this newest episode, this is the first time they've done it. They reference Pokemon, and he's got a Pokeball that he's caught Bigfoot in, and then he also catches the Pope in a Pokeball, and he calls it the Pokeball. Oh my god, it's so fucking funny! It's so fucking funny. Yeah, the Pokeball. Anyway, yes, Rick and Morty continues to be fantastic.
I will catch up on it because it's on Netflix, is it?
No, it's I'm watching it. I'm on the download.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. But like I say, on my weekends, I've just been catching up on NCIS mainly because I've got 4 different shows to catch up on.
Loads of the NCIS.
Yeah, well, the original, which I've just finished, caught up on. I've got LA, which I'm on the final season. It's the final season at all. So,
Okay.
I only found out as I was watching the first episode of the final season.
Okay.
And then there's Hawaii, and then obviously the new one that just came out with Sydney.
Bloody hell, mate. It's
Yeah.
bloody murder. What are you got to do, mate? Bloody fucking everyone did. What is everyone you got to do, son? It's
Exactly.
crime scene. Calm down.
So I've been catching up on all of that at the minute.
There can't be that many murderers in Australia. There's like 10 people there. It's such a weird because it's so massive. You have a big city, but then in the middle there's just now. It's like, what the fuck?
Uh-huh.
It's got like the biggest land, I'm going to say this wrong, like landmass to people ratio or whatever. Because like I said, it's just like a couple of cities on the east, a couple of cities on the west.
It's a bit like Texas.
And then, yeah, Joe Rogan says that. It says Texas is huge, loads of big cities, there's just not loads of people there.
It's fucking huge, Texas, but there's not a lot of
Yeah,
people.
even Dallas is like a massive city and everything.
That's why I'd like to move to Texas.
Go to Dallas. So Joe Rogan says it's nice and calm and relaxing.
Yeah. Right. This week's been quiet, to be fair. So.
Well, it's all right because I really wanted
Yeah.
to get on and watch fucking Monarch and watch Leave the World Behind, so you could be just as scared as I am.
That one I'm going to leave till last because,
Oh,
yeah, I want to.
you keep your secrets.
But
for
this one
O'Brien's.
I want to start off with because our friendly little robot is back.
I honestly thought you were going to say our friendly neighbourhood Spider-Man.
No.
Friendly little robot, Wally.
Yes.
Oh, what? That was just a guess. What? You going to say it's a sequel?
Yes.
I have not heard any news. I was literally just thinking and talking about Pal a couple of days at work about like stuff that I wouldn't mind seeing a sequel to. And I was like, I wonder if they'll ever do a sequel for Wall-E, and you literally just said that. That's weird as shit.
Yes, we are finally getting a Wall-E 2.
Eva.
It's not going to be out for another couple of years.
Okay, that's fine.
But to me, it's one of the best Pixar films
Wall-E was.
out there.
Wall-E was. Well, it was slightly depressing because like when you think about it, and
It's how things are going though.
well, when you watch that, mate, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But if you go into it as a kid, you think, yeah, cool robot, cleaning up, oh, he's in space. But when you watch it as an adult, you're like, oh, what the fuck? It is, it's bizarre as shit.
It is. I can watch that over and over. I like Wall-E.
Speaking of kids' films, I don't know if you've already got it then before it leaves my brain. Did you see John Krasinski's new film?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if it's about your news.
It's not in the news, but I only seen it earlier on today.
Yeah, it's
It does look good.
apparently he's been working on it for a while with Ryan Reynolds.
With Ryan, yeah.
It's called. Well, it's called If Imaginary Friends, but it's called something like If. It's got like a longer name to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically this young girl who's Thingy from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, it is.
She can see everybody's imaginary friend, and it's from like big fluffy purple monster to like a cassette tape and all this kind of stuff. And it just looks like a fun.
It's
but
called
the same-
Imaginary Friends.
That's it, imaginary friends. It looks like there's going to be a few months that we're like, oh no, this is going to break my heart, and the friends are going to go or some shit. But Ryan Reynolds, directed by John Krasinski, Seth Brick from Anchorman. I'm forgetting everybody's fucking name. 40-year-old virgin.
Steve Carell.
Steve Carell. He voices what I'm assuming is the main
Yeah.
If monster. It looks
Matt
fun.
Damon, isn't
There's
there?
Matt Damon in it.
Matt
I
Damon's
didn't
in
realise
there.
Matt Damon was in it.
Again, that I'm gonna probably misgenderize her country,
Misgender a country.
but that Asian lass from Chung-Chi, the best friend.
Oh, she's Chinese. What the fuck's her name again? Yeah, she's funny as fuck.
She's in it.
I wonder if is Matt Damon voicing one of the
I think so.
ifs?
I think so. Most of them, I think what we're going to see is mainly is Ryan and what's-my-face. They're fucking what's she called? What's she called?
Why are we forgetting everybody's fucking names?
I want to say Emily, but it wasn't Emily. Sarah?
Judith.
Judith.
Fucking Judith. Emily. Sarah. Judith. Yes, Judith. Yeah, you might be right there.
So I think they're the main two characters we're going to be seeing, and the rest are all just voiceovers.
Fucking, I don't know when they were, because obviously Ryan Reynolds is literally in the middle of filming Deadpool, so when the hell did he get finished filming that? He's obviously running Wrexham FC. He's a busy old boy at the minute.
He is. Let me just see if I can get a date.
It should be out relatively soon-ish. Considering we had the first trailer.
24th of May.
There you go.
There you go. 24th of May.
It's fucking sick. Mine and Chris's last cinema trip will be Aquaman this year. For the year, we were speaking as you were getting out, and you were saying that was going to be our last one, but then see Aquaman's on the 22nd. It's the Friday. I'm sure it's the Friday. It's 22nd. Keep fucking forgetting my days wrong. Yeah, 22nd. So whenever Chris he's done from work, we'll go and see Jason Momoa for potentially the last time as Aquaman. Yeah. Well, I think he is the last time. But anyway, carry on with the actual news. Sorry, sir.
It's all right. Been confirmed, even though we kind of knew it was happening. Saw 11.
I did see
September
a picture of that, yeah.
Next year.
I mean, yeah. I like the last one. I just still can't get over the fact they were like, let's try and make people feel bad for him. It's like, no, the guy's a fucking lunatic. Like, he's killing bad people, I get it. But it's not up for him to do in them ways. They need to be either in jail or fucking, if you are going to kill him, just one off. Yeah.
Barry, I'm going to fucking pronounce this name wrong as well now. The Irish dude, Barry fucking Keoghan.
The one that's in Saltburn.
Aye.
Yeah, Saltburn. Saltburn. Yeah, it's called Saltburn.
Aye. Well, he will be playing Joker in the Batman 2.
Sweet. Well, we did have him as the Joker for a little bit, didn't we?
We did indeed.
It was an end credit scene, wasn't it, in the Batman?
Indeed.
We only got to see he looks more like physically fucked up, like he was very, and I'm up for it. So he was also obviously he didn't die in Eternals, right? Did he? So
no,
we've still got. I'm assuming he'll be back.
We
for
do
that.
have another Eternals coming next year or the year after as well.
So there you go.
There we go. Naomi Scott. She was the girl in Smile.
The main girl. All right.
Well, she's back in Smile too, which will be in theaters October 18th.
I'm assuming then it's because the demon's in her and it's in you till it gets somebody else, isn't it? So I'm assuming she's the Smile. Yeah. Well, not assuming she is. We saw it literally. That film was brilliant until you saw Marilyn Manson and you saw the clay jaw. Just because I fucking love. I get goosebumps over that, mate. I loved how. When it ended, you thought, oh my god, she's beat it. And then, not really, we're still fucking here, twat. And it's like, oh. And then Marilyn Manson walks out and like, oh. It's not really Marilyn Manson. If you haven't seen the visuals, it just very much looks like him.
It does look like him. Bill Skarsgård is coming to our screens on the 26th of September. He will be playing The Crow.
Oh, I think you talked about that a few weeks back, actually, yeah.
We've talked about this for a while, to be fair. But finally got a poster.
Surely you walk into that film with a bit of like bubble wrap around you because obviously the events of the original Crow and like
what we got this week. What did we get on yesterday? Was it yesterday?
What did
I think it was yesterday. What did we get yesterday for Netflix?
Oh, the trailer for Beverly Hills.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you like Beverly Hills?
I love Beverly Hills.
I like it.
I
wasn't huge on it. I'm very.
40 years he's been doing this.
I'm very sceptical about Eddie Murphy stuff now because there was a period where he couldn't do wrong and it was amazing, and like he comes back now and he does these one or two little things and I'm a bit like, that's a bit weird. Like I don't know, there's something weird there because he never like got cancelled or like didn't ever ban anything.
I think he just stepped away to be a dad because he's got like 7 kids.
He's got 7 kids. He's a bit busy then, isn't
he? He just stepped away to be a dad for a while.
Fucking hell. Because he come back for coming to America too, and it just didn't quite hit the same as the first, for me anyway.
No, never.
And it's someone, I'm like I said, I don't mind Beverly Hills Cop. It is funny. When I saw this, I thought, I don't know if it's just going to have the same. I don't know. I think that time away did Eddie Harm a bit of damage. I think because he's still not. It's not like he's putting on bad performances or out. I don't know. It's a weird one for me. So when I hear Eddie Murphy shit, I'm like, and then I immediately go back to the old shit. Even like something dumb like Doctor Dolittle. They were funny as hell.
They were funny.
Or Daddy Daycare. I love that fucking film, Daddy Daycare. It's fucking class. But no, I'll be watching it still.
Yeah. And
you'll have to find out if Zack Snyder's thing is out today. Like I said, I saw the picture for it with the low score. So I'm assuming it's out today or it's going to be out soon and the critics have just seen it early.
I'm just going on Netflix now and have a look.
Yeah, and if it's not, it must be up soon.
I'll tell you what is out now.
Rebel Moon.
For anyone that's interested, and I know you will be, maybe. Obviously, Netflix is doing games now, but you can only do it on your phone, not the computer. Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, Vice City, and 3. And I whoop for you to play.
What, on your phone?
Yeah.
So you can play Vice City on your phone?
Yeah. You just click on them and it'll just take you to the store and you just download it and you play on your phone.
What, on Netflix?
Yeah.
Why is Netflix doing that? That's mad, that.
Netflix have started doing games for a couple of weeks now.
Fucking didn't even know, mate. So you can just play the whole entire whatever the game on your phone. That would be mental.
Or you can play Football Manager 24. There's a storyteller.
What, and you have to pay for them, or is it part of your subscription?
I think you just part of your subscriptions. I think. I've not really looked into them, so I've not really downloaded any.
That's mad, that. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so is Rebel Moon up then, or what? Or is it up soon, or? Because obviously I'll understand, because the tomato score is just critic score at the minute. Of course, critics.
No, it comes out on the 22nd of December.
Right, so it's out. So it's just a handful of critics have seen it so far.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So that's never fuck me. You'll have a busy night there then, because it'll be Aquaman and then straight on to, because you're definitely way more into that than I am. I still don't fully get what's going on. I'll be watching it because I love Zack Snyder. I also saw that he was happy to. I don't know how this would work. There was a story about he was happy to continue his DC shit over on Netflix, but that doesn't make any.
I've seen that.
But like, surely Warner Brothers would be like, no, we're not continuing any more of that stuff. We're doing the DCU now. Because they're not going to give him like Batman and Superman to do his own shit on it. I don't think. I don't know. I have no idea. But I just thought it was unless they just mean his collection,
maybe
like his directed cuts of everything. Just have I don't know. It was a weird one for me.
It was a weird one.
Not because I didn't like it. I just didn't understand how they would get away with it.
Don't know. Weird. I think I spoke about this in the past, but it's been well, no one says. Well, yeah, it looks like it's happening. To be fair, Death Stranded. Obviously, it's a PlayStation
video game.
Yes, with Norman Reedus. You're
was the one you carrying the baby?
You're I want to say you're a future postman. I'm just like. You're not just a postman, but you're a delivery boy person, and you carry a baby which is called a BB, which can sense spirits, and then once the baby starts crying, the spirits are near you, so you just run away.
Okay, future ghost investigators should just carry a BB with you.
Yeah,
there's a spirit nearby.
Yeah. But I really got into it on the PlayStation. But finally, we're doing it, getting a live action movie from A24 Studios.
Will it be Norman Reedus in the
show? I'd like it to be Norman Reedus because obviously he was in the game. So, but I don't know yet.
I don't see
why it makes sense for him.
I don't see why they wouldn't.
Yeah, because he knows the crack, he knows the story.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd imagine, so like I said, that it's not like he's doing voice work. They're literally, it's his face in the game, isn't it? Yeah. So, yeah, you'd imagine they'll go with
you've
him.
got, I'm gonna fucking pronounce his name wrong. Mountain Meckles.
Oh, sorry, we would get shit all wrong. Tonight, mate, don't worry. I know exactly who you mean.
He's in it.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if you can remember any of the last Bond films.
The one, Daniel Radcliffe ones?
Yes.
Daniel Radcliffe? That's
Daniel
fucking
Craig.
Harry Potter.
Daniel Craig.
Not the Daniel Radcliffe ones. Yeah, Daniel Craig.
Oh, the girlfriend he had a kid with.
Yeah.
Her, the foreign lass, whatever her name is, she's in it as well.
Oh, okay.
So, it's quite a few people that's in it.
Oh, very nice.
Yes. And my last one.
Oh, before you save it, because you saved it then, we forgot to mention last week there was a still image of Sonic 3, the little and action. There was one of them, and it was Shadow's trainers and his legs in this thing he's saying come in December of 2024.
Oh, nice.
So it's our first little thing. I can't wait to see Shadow because we saw him at the end, all ready to rock and roll. But anyway, so your last one that you saved, I'm going to smoke a Moret.
Disney are at it again.
Oh.
Is it Disney? I think it's Disney. Yeah, it must be Disney.
More like...
Yeah.
Okay.
Disney are at it again because we are getting a sequel to a wonderful film that is getting a live action very soon.
Right, so is it an animated thing that's getting a sequel, but the sequel's live action?
No.
That's not going to be live action.
No.
That's just how you said it.
We've got an animated film. Mm-hmm. It's done really well that they're making a live action version of it as well.
Moana?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, okay.
Yeah, and obviously we're getting we've just been announced we're getting a sequel to it.
A sequel to the animated one?
Yes.
Right, okay, so there's a live action Moana, which will be the first Moana.
Yeah. And
they're also going to do a sequel to the original Moana, which is weird to have a live action of something that's only 6 or 7 years. Not very old.
No. But the animated one, there's a twist.
Right.
Because Moana is going to be the first transgender princess. So in the next film, it's going to be a boy called Moana.
Wait, so it's no longer Moana from the first film?
No.
It's somebody else?
But they're probably going to rename the character.
So is Maui in that still in The Rock?
I don't know.
So we're no longer following her and a little chicken and pig?
We're following her.
Right, but there's another...
No. She's the transgender.
Oh, she's now changing to a boy?
Yes.
What's the point?
Exactly. Why? Where's all this come from?
See, if they wanted to do that, they should have done it in the first film, and it would have made sense.
That's what I mean.
Because I would get behind a story that it was a princess this whole time that they wanted to change to a boy.
It makes no sense, and why
to randomly do it now.
Yeah.
There again, you could argue, I guess, when do them moments take place in people's lives? So, for all we know, I might wake up tomorrow and go, I fancy being a girl now. So you could argue that, but at the same time, it's one of them ones where you look at it and think, does it matter in this? Like, do they need to change Moana?
That's what I mean. Do they need to really do it? No. They're just doing it to get credit?
Yeah,
yes.
Bob Iger's a bit... He's the current head of Disney at the minute. He's a little bit funky because... You know, there's a massive one that really annoyed me. You know, I was talking about how Brie Larson and the Marvel shit thing, and she said, "Oh, well, it's just men. They don't want to, they don't want to see the female leads in that."
Yeah.
And it was something like 89% of the audience was men. And I'm thinking, well, if you set a cute thing, and why didn't the girls come out and watch the Marvels to represent you and shit like that? Because we and you had no beef watching Captain like the Marvels and shit. We fucking loved it, and most of the world hated it. And I was thinking, you're just arguing nonsense now. And it was a little bit weird. This is another one that's like, if it's important to the story, like I said, I will get behind a Disney princess film where it's a Disney princess, but she actually wants to be a boy. Because you're going to have loads of obstacles to overcome and loads of diversity to trample over and stuff. I'll get behind that. But if they just go, here's Moana 2, the chicken's back, Maui's back, the pig's back, but now Moana wants to be a boy and go. And it's like, well, if you impact it into the story, I'd understand. There's a pivotal point of the story. Because she was, well, admittedly, she was a little bit of an oddball, wasn't she? Because she didn't want to do the normal traditional stuff with her family, did she?
No.
If I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've seen that Moana film. Yeah, I don't know. I think, because like I said, I'm proper, to be fair now, the more speaking about it, I would happily watch a film where it's a conventional princess that doesn't want to be a conventional princess that feels different inside. I think maybe you should do it in like a live action thing, not a kids animated film. Let the kids have their non-confusing stuff and then let us watch this in live action, form or whatever. And
it makes no sense. I would just bring in a random curveball into things.
Because I was annoyed when J.K. Rowling made Dumbledore gay after he died, and I was like, what's the point of that? He's died, and he just went, oh, by the way, he's gay.
Yeah.
But then we got Fantastic Beasts, and they explored.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, well, now it makes sense because there was a love interest with Grindelwald, whatever the fuck his name is, and I understand all that now.
Yeah, but if they've got a storyline to get behind, then you can say, right, okay, then we know what route they're going down. We know what fucking door they follow. But to go down A and then fucking divert all of a sudden to Z,
yeah,
it makes no sense.
If it's done, because it's literally South Park. That's the Pandaverse. It's the just pandering and just okay. We'll better do it just to tick a box. Instead of ticking a box, make it a significant story and hopefully some life lessons and world-changing moments and shit like that. And people that don't understand that kind of stuff, do it in a way so it can be part of the story. Because we're going to the cinema to be entertained. People's sexual preferences and shit like that. If this whole time Spider-Man was gay and they just said at the start of Spider-Man's creation, oh, by the way, he's gay, I couldn't give a flying fuck. I'm not here to see if he sucks a dick or doesn't suck a dick. I'm here to watch him shoot webs of the Green Goblin. Yeah. That's all I'm here for. So if it's a key part of it, like, can that be interesting? Peter Parker balancing Spider-Man life, Peter Parker life in his home. I would watch that. Because that would be all things like all confusing and shit. But if they randomly said, oh, by the way, Spider-Man's now gay, we're not going to do anything with it, he's just gay, we're just going to carry and say, well, what the fuck's the point? Because I don't care anyway. I don't care if you... Yeah, it's a funny old strange one, sir.
It is indeed.
I don't know. But that's your Canoozy news. I don't think I need to... The Pokemon DLC is out officially. In this new Pokemon DLC, there's a Pokemon in the world Pokemon called Pyro, and all of a sudden you go around the thingy and there's a massive rock and he's just at the top of it, and I don't know if they've done it on purpose or not, but they've literally made Lion King in the middle of Pokemon, and I don't know if they've done it, but I'm sure that they haven't. Surely they've done it for that. It'd be funny for the fans just to be like, that's Lion King, because I'm just scooting about going, it's fucking Pyro, who's literally a lion just at the top of Pride Rock. Am I supposed to do anything with this or what? And I just looked at it for a second. I just drove on and thought, okay, I don't understand if that was going to be a reference or what. It was just weird because I'm just scooting along and he climbed up the top and I'm just like, because you're riding your Pokemon on this. What the fuck? And it's quite adorable. You can chuck your Pokemon out and it's the first time maybe you can be your Pokemon and fly about, which is the anime as well. It's coming to Netflix in February. But we'll leave it there because we've got one more pod to do and Chris has got a lot of homework to do. Monarch, Leave the World Behind. I would... Make sure you have fun. Have a fun weekend, and then watch Leave the World Behind and get all depressed and just think, what the fuck's the point anymore? Because everyone's lying to us and shit. And then next week we can have a good conspiracy talk because it's fucked. But visuals, there we go. Thank you, Chris. Go see Godzilla Minus One. Check out Rick and Morty season.
Well, you can. Well,
yeah,
you can.
they're about, like you said to you, when I bought them tickets, it was about 8, and that was 2/3 full. Yeah. That cinema was quite rammed. It was fucking hot in there though.
It was well.
But visuals, thank you, listeners. Keep on keeping on.
And as always, peeps, love you. Bye.
Bye bye.